So I Instagrammed a picture of the new Naked 3 palette and people wanted me to do a review on it. I wasn't sure if I should or not because I've seen a lot of people reviewing it and swatching it and all that. But it was still requested, so I thought I would do that here today. I did do a look with it, or in a demonstration, I guess, with the shadows on my eyes. If you're interested in that, you can stay tuned till the end of the video. And then too, I do list all of the products that are on my face down below if you're interested in anything else that's on my face that I don't tell you about. So I'm going to jump into the palette and show you guys what the box looks like. It's Urban Decay's packaging is always, you know, top notch and super pretty and all that. So this is the cardboard box, and then here's the back of the box. It did come with those little pouches of 4 eyeshadow primer potions, which there's an anti-aging one in there. If you guys don't like the original primer potions, give that a whirl if you did get that palette, because that's more hydrating. I've actually been enjoying it. I wasn't sure if I loved it or hated it at first, but I think I like it. So that is in there along with their, I think, Eden, their original, and maybe Sin or something like that. Not a fan, but just to mention. Here is what the palette inside looks like. It's the exact same packaging as the Naked 2 palette, except for you got a rippled wave effect on top of here, and it's in a rose gold packaging because that is the whole theme of the behind the Naked 3 palette. It's got the, you know, the gold or the pinks undertones to it. So then it's got gold on there. So, and then on the back there's some writing here. You guys probably can't see it, but just the standard. So, and then inside you have a mirror, which I never use the mirrors in palettes because I just think they're really unflattering. Anyway, there is a mirror in here, and then inside you have the shades that look like this, and there is a double-ended brush, which these are not bad quality brushes at all. So it's a good addition to the palette. I just happen to have some brushes that I love a whole lot more, so I didn't use it. I guess I should have pulled it and used it for you guys, but let's see here. There's J3M. Okay, I don't know, that's on the brush, but Urban Decay Naked 3 it says on here, and then you have this here side kind of looks like a concealer brush, and the other one is kind of a flat shader brush that could also be used for blending because it does have quite a bit of give to it. So that is in the palette. I'm going to set it down so that I don't probably drop it throughout the video out of the palette while I'm showing it to you guys. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit so you guys can get a real close look of what the palette looks like. From what I see in the viewfinder, they're picking up very true to color with the lighting scheme, so that is good. I'll get into it a little closer for you guys. Yeah, so the shades right here are picking up very true to color. You have, I'll just run through them here. You have Strange, Dust, Burnout, Limit, Buzz, Trick, Nooner, Liar, Factory, Mugshot, Dark Side, and Blackheart. These are all 12 new and exclusive shades to Urban Decay. So just like the other Naked palettes, I'm sure they're going to release these shades individually fairly soon. So Blackheart, it does look like a really, really pretty shade in the pan. I do find that blended out on the eye just over a regular, like the anti-aging primer potion, it kind of just turns out to be black. You're going to have to use a pretty sticky base, or either like a black base or something that glitter can really stick to in there. There's some really fine micro glitter in there, or you know, when it's blended in with any of these other shades, you can get that rose or that pink look to the shade with the inclusion of these shades. But like when I put this in my crease by itself just on primer, it did blend out to be pretty much a deep or a black shade, I guess. So I'll show you here if you guys can see that. It looks super, super pretty swatched out, but I mean, if I go like this, it kind of, well, it shows up a little brown, I guess, but you can't really detect the prettiness of the shade in the pan. From this shade here, Dust, is really chunky, really dusty. It's really not a smooth shade. The Strange shade, for me, it did deepen up when I put it over a primer, and I had to pack it on quite a bit to get the true to pan color. Limit is a matte, Nooner is a matte, and Strange is a matte. So there are 3 matte shades, and then there is, this one here is the chunkiest out of the bunch right here, this Dust shade. This one here is a little bit chunky and dry as well. The Buzz and the Trick shade are pretty smooth, and then these 4 here are really smooth. So is Nooner, that's a nice shade. But I'm gonna you know, zip it now and swatch these for you guys on my arms so you guys can see what they look like. So hopefully that's picking up alright in the camera. Those are the swatches of it over, of course, my dry skin. So the shades are showing up very true to color in the camera. I'm very, very pale, so those paler shades are going to be not as detectable as the rest, so just keep that in mind. Again, the bottom shade Blackheart swatched on my arm to be pretty much a black with some sparkle in it, but a lot of blending. I think without a sticky base, you're going to lose all that sparkle. So, yeah, hopefully this turns out. I'm filming on that T4i again, so we'll see when I edit, if you guys can see. But so here are all the Naked palettes in a row. Top to bottom is 1, 2, and 3. The one on the top is warm. The middle one, or the Naked 2, is cool, which is in the middle. And then the very bottom one is your Naked 3 palette, which I've heard people both say in their videos of it that it's a really, really warm tone palette, and I've heard people say it's a really, really cool tone palette. So take it how you see it there. In my opinion, pink equals cool, which the majority of those shadows have a pink undertone, so I think it is more on the cool side myself. I will put what I paid for it right here because I can never remember. I want to say it's like $52. I could totally be wrong. Do I think that everybody needs to have this? No. I don't think that there is anything... I don't think there's anything unique about the colors other than the fact that there are some really pretty rosy gold shades all in one palette, which that makes it desirable, I think. On my green eyes, it does tend to bring out a little bit more of the green as opposed to a warmer palette, so I do like it for that. And then too, you gotta remember, I'm a junkie. I would have to have, if they came out with Naked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I would have to have them all whether they all look the same or not, just because I'm an addict. It makes me happy to have them. I just love makeup and palettes and all that stuff in general. So, but I gotta be honest, I was quite underwhelmed when I first used this palette, which you know, I like the look that came out in the end and stuff, but I'm kind of gonna blame it on the fact that like I've been using those Shu Uemura palettes a lot, and those silk shadows in there are just insane. Those shadows, and all of the shadows, are just so beautiful. Maybe I had gotten used to that texture because I'd been using them, you know, so much that when I went to use this, I was just really underwhelmed with the texture of them. Now that doesn't mean that these are bad shadows, because they're not. They're just the same along the lines of any of Urban Decay's eyeshadows, which is a fairly nice formula. It's just that I was just completely blown away by the Shu Uemura formula. So, just gotta, you know, as a disclaimer, you know, say that. So, I was underwhelmed by it, and I don't think there's anything particularly unique about the palette, but I think that people who enjoy their nudes and stuff, I think you should jump on it. I think it's a great mix of your rosy gold shades all in one palette, you know. So, whether I end up reaching for this a lot or not, I'm still happy that I have it. Right now, I don't see myself reaching for it that much just because, like I said, I was underwhelmed with it. I just wasn't, I was really excited when I got it. I was really excited when I opened it up and looked at it, and it was just beautiful and stuff like that to me. But when I went to use it for the first time, when I dipped my brush into that first shade that I used, which was Dust, and put it on the lid, it was just really, really blah to me. I just gotta keep it real. So, this Blackheart shade does kick up a lot of product as well, probably because it's full of the micro glitter, so you're going to get down a little bit of fall down if you don't really tap off that brush. So hopefully I got everything that I need to say about this palette out. I'm happy that I have it. You know, I would buy it again if I didn't have it, just because that's just the way I am. But in any event, if you're interested in the shadow, you know, the look that I did create with this to, you know, see how the shadows perform, you know, it's a type total in action deal. You can stay tuned and we'll get into that right now. So I've already primed my eyes using the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. And now I'm going to drop a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go into the palette and pick up this color called Dust, which is right here on a Goss number 6 brush. I'm just going to pick some of that up. This one here, it does have, it's kind of got a chunky texture. It's not very smooth, and there is like you can get a lot of stuff on there. But let's put this on our lids. Now I'm going to go into the palette and pick up this color Strange, which would be the lightest shade in the palette, and it is a matte. I'm going to use the same brush that I used for our lid color, and I'm going to put this right underneath my eyebrow. And I have to pack this shade on pretty good on my skin tone to get it to keep that light shade, because it does turn a teeny bit darker, and then as I pack it on it goes to the shade that shows up in the pan. Now I'm going to go into Blackheart right here on this little tiny 5 Goss brush, and I'm just going to put this on the outer part of my crease, just right there. Just right there, and that's all. Now on a Goss 4 brush, I'm going to pick up the color Dark Side, which is right next to Blackheart. It'd be this one. I'm just going to pick that up on the tip of that brush there. And I'm going to go into the crease with this here. And I'm going to go right over the top of the Blackheart shade and blend upwards. And then, as always, I'm going to shape up the outer corner with that Dark Side on a Goss 8 brush. My allergies are really acting up as usual, so sorry if I'm sniffling. Now on a Goss 3 brush, I'm going to pick up this shade called Buzz. It's this one right there on the tip of the 3 brush. And I'm going to put that right in front of those deep shades and blend it up to my brow. And back and forth. Let's give it a good blend. Then on the little tiny 5 Goss brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Burnout right here on that, and I'm going to use that to blend out the rest of my shadow, the edges of the rest of my shadow, and feather upwards. And then I'll go back in with my 4 brush, just keep that a little bit blend there. So there is the eyeshadow done. It's glaring something terrible off my lights, so sorry about that. But hopefully you can see how the shadows performed when I was using them. I'm going to go finish up my eyes, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go in with the Obsessed lip liner and just line my lips. I have got something in my eye. Just a minute. So I'm just going to line these. I won't bring it a third of the way in since the lipstick is pretty much the same color, so. Now I'm just going to go in with the, I think they're the Revolutionary lipsticks by Urban Decay, and this is in the shade Obsessed as like the lip liner. I'm just going to fill in my lips. Okay, there's the there is the finished look using the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful and was able to see how the eyeshadows kind of performed. I know that my technique and the way I wear my eyeshadow isn't for everybody, or my eyeliner, so you know, just hoping you guys could get an idea of how the shadows perform. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!